buku profit.
Oh, bear guap, yeah. Yo, my people, comment if you're from the 6, huh? Hey, no, don't look at me. Is that, wow, is that the face people make when I say that? Because I don't get to see their face when I say that. Wow. Nah, man, my people from the 6 got my back, bro. I got Canadians. I got people everywhere. It's a cult, baby. Ah. So, all right, I think. All right, guys. All right, well, this is my friend. She has no name because you guys are all stalkers, but she's very brave here, actually. Well, we were talking, and she was telling me about Amazon. I don't know. Do you call it FBA? What do you call it? Like, what's the term? Is it Amazon seller?
It's like Amazon merchant.
So, oh yeah, merchant. Because I think that even when you were saying like the business aspect, well, honestly, she was telling me about it. Surprisingly, I thought I knew a lot about this. You guys know me, but you know, I don't know much about it. And I think she had a pretty cool story. So we have some questions. Well, I had questions for her, and she answered them for me, and we're just gonna go over them. So I guess, what was the first thing I asked you? I don't even know the first question.
Okay, pause.
Yeah, we could just cut it out.
Is this okay?
Yeah.
I'm like swiveling around in the chair.
Are you nervous? Why do you keep swiveling around, bro?
I am nervous. I'm like shaking.
Are you scared of YouTube?
I guess. Are you nervous or something?
I might put first thing, kind of like what we, you know, just like I said, like what is Amazon? How do you call it? But like, what are you involved with? What type of like e-commerce or Amazon stuff? Like, what are you doing right now?
Right now, what I've been looking into is Amazon FBA, which is fulfillment by Amazon. And it's basically sourcing products from China that you found to be profitable on Amazon's webpage after looking over the analytics and everything, and sourcing those products from China and then making small adjustments to them with the suppliers to better serve the market, and then selling them on Amazon's platform.
Wait, what type of adjustments?
Basically, when you're looking for a product and you find one that looks viable to you, you go through the reviews and you do something kind of called product tuning. So you look at the reviews and say there's like a trash can online that's doing good numbers, but all of the reviews, when you look at them, say like, oh, like they rip easily, so maybe you when you want to source those products, you want to speak with manufacturers and say, okay, I want my trash can liners to be 2-ply or something like that. So making small adjustments to make a better quality product.
And you could do that, like you could so like and it's all from China. So like you could contact these people in China and request those little changes and they'll do it.
Suppliers are not necessarily just in China. You can source from anywhere, honestly. But
just China is the easiest, or is like the most profitable?
China's, yeah, I would say it's the easiest. I mean, Alibaba is...
Yeah, Baba!
Alibaba!
There you go. I love that stock, man. There you go.
I love Alibaba. So...
Have you purchased anything on Alibaba before?
Well, so I've ordered samples and everything.
But you've actually like gotten something from Alibaba, because like...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Because I don't...
It's legit.
It's legit.
For sure.
It's legit.
I back Alibaba 100%.
Go long Alibaba stock. There you go. She's down with it. No, so like, but it works then, because I know it's like when you look at Alibaba, like it's Chinese, so like when you go to the website, it doesn't look legit. Like I knew about Alibaba when I was a kid, and it was even more unlegit. Like you have to do Western. How did you pay for it? How did you pay for the sample? Like, did you pay for the sample, or did they send you stuff for free?
No, you pay for the samples, and basically, like, Alibaba has its own... It's like
own payment processing, system.
Yeah, so, and that's called trade assurance, so, I mean, it gives you, like, and everything.
It's like their insurance, or, like, they kind of, like,
yeah, kind of like PayPal, like, yeah, they hold the funds and everything from the suppliers until, like, the order is fulfilled. So
how did you buy it though? Like, do you put in your bank account? Do you put in a credit card, or like what do they accept? Like what payment methods?
They accept credit cards on trade assurance. I think you can pay. I'm pretty sure you can pay. I paid with credit card, but I'm pretty sure you can do bank account statements.
I think credit card's better. A new thing.
A new thing. I haven't even told you this yet, but a new thing that they also have started implementing is like pay later.
Oh,
so yeah, it's like Alibaba will front that. And
it's like financing. It's like their own credit line. Oh,
pretty much.
Wow. Okay, I like Alibaba. Go long Alibaba. All right, so then summed up, like, so you get these products, you source them, and like it's actually like you're literally going through a real process of like finding a good product, finding people, and then you're relisting it and selling it. So that's what you're doing now. Okay. So what's the next thing from there? What's our next question?
Our next question is.
We talked about this. We had a huge conversation. We had to write this down because, otherwise we'd forget. I think it was really good. I had a video. I went crazy and had a video idea. So you've done. Even then, you kind of already hinted at it. Like you've gotten samples and done this. So where are you now? Like what's your what stage? I don't know what to say.
What stage? So right now I've found a profitable product. I've went back and forth with suppliers and everything about like any adjustments I wanted to make, and have ordered samples. So they just arrived. So now it's just a matter of
Did you get any surprises with your samples? Did you ever like get a sample and it was like not even, because I've heard that from China. I remember back in the day I would order t-shirts and you'd get like an extra large. And it would be the size of like a U.S. small because it's Chinese extra large.
Yeah. One of my don't put that in there.
Scratch that.
Cut that.
Cut the product. We're gonna bleep that out. So one of the blank.
Censor that out.
So even then, like you shouldn't share your product then. Like if you have a good product, like because then you hit the gold mine essentially. It's kind of like a stock. So there you go. 10 crack commandments. Never let them know your next move. But what happened?
Well, I got one of my samples in the mail from one of the 3 suppliers that I ordered from, and the thing was freaking detached. It was already broken. So I was like, I put it back together, but I mean, that was just kind of a red flag for me.
Yeah. And then the products though, I guess, so what's the process then? Who gets, like, are you shipping out the products? Like, are you drop shipping it where it goes straight from Alibaba to them? Or do you send it into Amazon, right?
Yeah, if you're doing Amazon FBA, fulfillment by Amazon, they handle everything. So after I decide what supplier I'm going to go with, it's just kind of they manufacture the product, and then once your order is ready, they ship it to the Amazon warehouse, the Amazon distribution warehouse.
And then, so then Amazon, you don't have to do anything after that.
Yeah, Amazon fulfills everything after that.
So that's literally what FBA is. That's what Amazon, fulfilled by Amazon means.
Yeah.
You get a product, you send it to their warehouse, they do the rest. Do they take a fee? Do they take a percentage?
Yeah, as like an Amazon seller, if you have like a business account with them, you have to pay like a monthly fee, and then there's a fee on every product that you sell. Amazon has its own like kind of fees set for those. So yeah.
How does that affect margins? Is that something like you think about, like?
Oh, definitely. You have to consider all those things.
Okay. So then, all right. So where you said you got in the stage, you got your samples, you've got your product.
So now it's just kind of deciding, looking at the products and everything and all the samples, and looking at the suppliers, like how well, they've communicated with me. Have they responded to me, quickly? Is it good communication? Like, are there like certain language barriers that I'll have to consider? And then just deciding what supplier I'm going to go with that's going to better serve my needs long term.
So, and then why is that important?
Well, ideally you want to, create the kind of relationship with the supplier that is going to, be something that I can continually work with them and, produce more products and put out more products with the same manufacturer. And I mean, rather than going to like different suppliers for like future products, if I already have a relationship established with one of them and they have products, I can, like, it's more likely that I'm going to be able to get them for cheaper, like a lower minimum order quantity, like all those things.
All right, so then building the relationship with the suppliers is important. It's clearly, so if you want to sell more products, and too, like they're literally the people making what you're selling. So like if it's bad or whatever, but like, I mean, how did you get in contact with them? Like, how do you do it? And like, is there? I mean, you're not Chinese. Like, you look, you don't. I mean, you look Asian, but you're not Chinese. Like, did you contact someone from China? Like, give me some stories. Like, what happened? Like, how does someone do this? And like, is it easier said than done, or is it like as simple as, you know, you slide in their DMs and you're like, "What's up?" Give me a response. Like, give any good stories of dealing with people or suppliers?
Funny story. When I was first starting out on Amazon and talking with suppliers, and I literally knew nothing. I'm thinking in my head, like, if I'm a big company, I'm not just going to be the owner messaging suppliers, you know, hey, like, can I buy your product? I'm going to have a buying department and, you know, all those different things. So,
but you didn't have a buying department. It was just you.
No, okay. Not at all. Of course not. But so every time I would message suppliers on Alibaba, I would want to come off as professional and corporate as possible. So I would always sign them off with best regards, so-and-so, head of the buying department. And then I would do that with like, and I was the head of all the departments. I mean, it makes sense that
I feel like it does come off more professional. Like, it's kind of like, have you seen Wolf of Wall Street?
Yeah.
Where he said, where everybody on the phone, they all had the title of vice president every time they would call. So yeah, kind of like that. Kind of works.
I mean, that's what I was thinking. And I would do that when I talk to anyone. Like, if I was talking to someone about making logos for my brand, like, I'd be like, hey, I'm the marketing director. Like, let's get to business.
Damn, all right. So, this is serious.
I know.
I've never heard of your company, but it sounds serious.
Honestly, for real. But so eventually, one of the suppliers, I was on a Skype call with a supplier in Qingdao.
Qingdao? What's that? What's Qingdao?
Qingdao, China.
Oh, sorry. Forget. I did not know Qingdao, China. So.
Oh, yeah.
Qingdao.
Qingdao. But so I was on the phone. I was on the Skype call with them, and they were like, "Can we actually speak with the owner?" And I was like,
"Wait, so Skype? So like it was face to face? So they saw your face?"
Mm-hmm. And I was like, "Let me go get her." And I came back. I had like a cloth on my head and like sunglasses on, and I sat down like, "Hello."
So you tell? Wait, no, hold on. I'm not processing this right now. You're telling me you're in a Skype call, and they said they want to speak to the owner. So without hesitation, you like, okay, let me go grab her, and then you proceeded to dress up into a costume to be the owner.
Yeah, I mean, as I like went through, you know, I spoke.
Did they believe it? Did they?
No. They were like silent, and then I took off the cloth and I was like, I'm sorry, like I don't have a buying department. Like, wait, so I'm a private labeler, like, but they've worked with private labelers before, so they knew.
Yeah, so they caught you, or then you just came clean?
Yeah, they didn't care. They were just like, yeah, we know, we worked with private labelers before, it's not a big deal. But I mean, hey, when you're new and you know nothing, like
I like it. I respect the ambition. I think it's I don't think it was a bad idea. I just think, I would have never expected someone to be like, can I talk to the owner and then.
I know.
Did you actually think they were gonna fall for it? Did you think the costume would actually work?
No, but I mean, I wasn't bugging out on it because, like, I mean, I knew, like, there had to be other private labelers that have talked to them before.
Yeah, so they were chilling, like, so I think as long as you just tell them what you're looking for.
Yeah, and, like, I had already, you know, gone back and forth with them in different emails and everything like that, so they knew who I was, like, as a professional and as, like, a business owner. So I mean, we already had a relationship established. Yeah. They were just,
and I think it's China. Like, I think that, you know, they don't really give a shit, like, as long as, like,
yeah, they really don't, as long as you have the money.
Yeah,
I honestly think they knew the entire time.
They're just probably mad you're wasting their time. They're just like, just give us the fucking money. Who has the money?
You don't have a buying department. Like,
maybe that's why they wanted to talk to the owner. They just wanted to know who had the money and who was just ready to spend the dough. But I guess, like, so even then with China, Like, because I remember we talked about this. So, and like literally, they don't give a shit. What about problems? Like, like I remember you said that like some people got in trouble for like selling stuff, or you can get in trouble selling stuff.
Yeah, you can definitely get hit with like a cease and desist, or you can definitely get like sued up the ass, honestly. Like if you've been selling products that already have a patent on them. But
yes,
like,
that's what it was. That's what it was. So you're telling me when we talked that you can literally go find a supplier, you could go find a product, and it could make perfect sense, and then there's a patent on it already.
Yeah.
So...
But the suppliers, like, down in China, they don't care. They'll still, you know, market that product. They'll still, like, be manufacturing those, like, selling them.
That's fucking insane. See, that's even, like... So you guys, anybody listening, because when you told me that, my mind was blown. I didn't realize that you could fucking, you know... It makes sense, though. They don't care. They want their money, but you guys could be purchasing products. Didn't you have a story with that? Did you ever have one?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I don't have any experience selling a product that was patented.
She's like, no, I ain't gonna go on the record saying that. No, you know, no, but like, I mean, how did you learn that? How did you discover that? Like, did someone tell you that, or was it through personal experience? Because like, I wouldn't have known unless you told me. And now the people watching this, like, again, if you are thinking about getting into that, that is like, I love. Those are the facts I love. Those are like the obscure things in business that people really miss, or like. Everything seems golden, and then it's just like that little thing it's a huge tweak. But even then, like you said, like a cease and desist, like I mean, fuck, it's not gonna,
you know. Bad, you know. And there are sellers on Amazon that take that risk, but it was how I, you know, kind of learned about it is through experience, unfortunately. So yeah, there were products. A handful of products, honestly, that I would get, like, I would find on Amazon, and I would get super excited about. I would go back and forth with suppliers. I would, like, spend hours on it, and, like, worst thing, I would get so hype because I'd be like, oh my gosh, like, this product is perfect, like, it's so genius, like, blah, blah, blah. And then, lo and behold, it has, like, a patent application on it, or it's patent pending.
But then there's full-on factories in China manufacturing it, ready to sell it to anybody who's...
And sellers on Amazon, like, still selling, like, buttloads of those products.
Damn. So...
I guess it just, like, depends on what kind of respect you have for, like, intellectual property.
And, well, even then, like, so why wouldn't you do it? Like, are you that good of a person? Like, do you respect IP that much? Or what, like... Isn't there, like, different... Because there's different ways to go about your Amazon business, right?
Yeah.
Like, so what's your take on that? Like, why wouldn't you do it?
I mean, if I wanted to, I really could be selling those products. And, you know, they have high profit margins, most of them. So, I mean, it wouldn't...
This is fucking...
I know, I'm, like, talking myself into it as we speak. This is all bad.
It's like selling fake Louis Vuitton bags, honestly.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Like, the products have a market, and people like it, but then that's... I guess, can you license them? Like, let's say there is a product, and it is patented, and let's say it's small, though, like, because it's not like some of these are big, it's not like it's, like, crazy patents, like, owned by big companies. Can you license it and ask them and say, hey, can you give me the right to sell it? Or is that possible? Have you thought about that?
Technically, you could. I mean, there are different, you know, when I was dealing with those products, there are different things that I thought about. Like, what if I, you know, made small adjustments to it so that I could, like, work around the patent?
Yeah.
I met with, like, IP attorneys. I met with one. He told me everything I did not want to hear.
Yeah, lawyers are good at that. Lawyers are good at telling you that.
Yeah, so I mean...
Damn, but then, you really, like... And I guess this is where it really highlights something. Like, you have to look into this shit. I guess that's the difference between somebody who does just start this and, like... This seems like stuff I would blow right past. I wouldn't even think about it. But, like, you're literally meeting with lawyers. You're like...
No, yeah.
You're going... So it takes work. It's not as easy as, like, it seems, I guess.
It's hours of research. I mean, even just finding a product alone, I mean, I would, like... I would go all day sometimes, like going through hours, like hundreds of product pages and everything like that, and like find nothing. So it does take a lot of due diligence. But I mean, like these big companies, they have like hundreds of people doing research for them, like all hours of the day.
So what do you mean big companies?
Like, I mean, oh, this is not my area of expertise, but like you can assume like Apple has like a designated research department, just specifically like doing research on the market, looking into like different things that need to be looked into. Like,
so you have
so me as like a business owner, if I want to like start putting out products, yeah, I'm gonna have to do like due diligence. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do research, not just on like patents. I'm gonna have to do research on like, you know, I have to be an expert on like my product. Yeah. So just doing research on that stuff. And you have to be
like 5 different positions. But like,
yeah,
I guess like that's what so like who's your competition? That's what I'm saying. It's like, so your competition's like big companies all the way down to other
private labelers.
Private label. So what is a private labeler? I guess for those people who wouldn't know.
I would say a private labeler is they find profitable products. They find suppliers on Amazon. They find suppliers in China. They, you know, order samples and everything. They order inventory, but they they brand those products under their own branding.
Yeah, so it's just like, I guess it's like taking a water bottle and just slapping your own logo on it, and then that's it. So then, but then they make a brand though. So let's talk about that actually, like. Because I remember you mentioned it, like, how can you make this a business? You know what I'm saying? Like, it is a business in and of itself, but I mean like a brand, actually. Tell me about that. Like, do you remember when we were discussing the types of stores?
Mm-hmm. I mean, ideally, you want to create a business that is sustainable. So you have to think long-term, and thinking long-term on Amazon is basically like a... You know, you want to base your products around a specific niche, basically. So, say, you know, you find a product that's like a skincare product, or like you want to go into like the beauty and personal care category. Ideally, what you want to do is create a product portfolio of similar products, so that in the future, after you've you've accumulated reviews on your Amazon shop, you know, people have purchased. What the end game typically is to, you know, eventually get off of Amazon and go onto your own website, or, you know, sell your business in the future for a large sum of money. And I mean, it's going to be a lot harder to sell an Amazon shop of just random miscellaneous products than it is, you know, to sell an Amazon store that has like similar products in the same niche.
See, when you told me that, that literally blew my mind. That's something I think anybody even listening, because like that's just a whole nother angle at Amazon. I think a lot of people, like, I guess even for me, like how I viewed it and I've seen people pursue it online is just like they're just using it as a way to get income. They think that they could just like sell products, take them out, kind of like flipping stocks. Like when they don't, you know, they're not seeing the long-term aspect of like that's genius. Like you're telling me you could go pick a category, make a brand on Amazon, you guys start selling, and then think about if, you know, people start buying from you, they'll come back to your store, or they'll go see what other products you're selling. Like, I never viewed it like that. And then again, you build up enough traffic, you build up people like, oh shit, I like these products. You now just made a Shopify store, and now you could just source it and sell, and that's amazing. That's where I think a lot of people, I don't think you should be in the game if you're not going to do that. I think that's the, like, that way, that does sound very, I guess, business savvy to me versus, you know, just sell random products, I guess. So is that what you're going to be doing? Is that your approach, or are you, maybe I just shit on the other idea and you're like, oh, I'm doing the other idea.
I know, I'm like, no, you know, to start, I couldn't do it. No, yeah, that is what I'm looking into right now in the beauty and personal care category. But, I mean, you could also, another option is also doing both. Like, if I wanted to, you know.
Yeah, you can make multiple stores.
Yeah, you can have, like, one that's a specific specific niche, and then another store that's just miscellaneous products.
I think the mindset, though, I think the mindset of treating this as something long term, and like, because even then, even if you spammed products and just you're getting multiple stores, if you do build one good enough, I mean, I love that idea. That gets me excited.
Yeah, that's the only way it's going to be sustainable. I mean, Amazon is such a huge platform, and you know, being able to sell your products on Amazon itself, like Amazon just kind of gives you credibility.
Yeah, and the platform too. You got people. You know, we all buy stuff from Amazon.
Everyone.
Like everything. So if like, and then they're doing the work too. Like you're not, again, when you're doing FBA fulfilled by Amazon, like, you're not shipping anything. You're not dealing with fucking... Like, okay, what about clients? Like, how about returns? So they handle all that?
Yeah.
That's crazy. So then you don't have to really... It's a good model. I bet, like, that's what I'm saying. It seems easy when I'm like, oh, wow, that sounds easy. They do all of it. But then, so then the real work and the real, like, key to your business is going to be finding the right product, and then making sure, you know, and I guess it's hand in hand, the right product, make sure you get in front of the right people and dominate your category or whatever it may be, right?
Yeah, and there are like different things that go into that, like different things that you can do to make your product listing, you know, even just your product listing stand out from the other competitors, because some of the Amazon sellers are also Chinese wholesalers, you know, that just, you can kind of tell, like, the product descriptions will be, like, small bullet points, like, one-word bullet points.
Oh, so they're going straight to the source, too, then?
Some of them, yeah.
Wow.
But, I mean, you shop on Amazon, like, you can easily tell, you know.
Oh, yeah, right, when something's shitty, and then,
yeah, so, I mean, customers can see that. So there are different things you can do, like even adding ebooks. Into. So it's just like going over like instructions, going over like what the benefits are of your product.
So
like,
okay, so it's like kind of like instead of like sending like a card with like instructions and stuff, you're giving them like a booklet kind of.
Yeah.
And like it's different than ordering from the guy who's just like straight product and you get it in a box and then you're like, okay, what the fuck do I do?
Yeah, just like extra things that you can do. And like
and that's part of branding too though. And that's why like that's part of building the brand, and people are like, oh shit, you know, it gets more authority as like a seller, because like, oh shit, this is a real person, like.
Oh yeah, and also like the first couple of sales I make, I mean, like I'm definitely going to be like emailing all of those customers, like you know, just following up with like the product, like what do you think about it, like things like that. And yeah, just trying, you know, as best as possible to create like real relationships.
All right, so then I guess you seem like you put a lot of work into it. It's cleared like the time and like everything it takes with it. And if you could go back and tell yourself, like when you first started, what piece of advice would you give your beginner self? Like if you were starting this brand new tomorrow, if you went back in time and you saw the baby you about to get into Amazon, what would you tell her?
I would tell her to not wait for everything to be perfect. I would tell her that moving in the direction that at least kind of feels right is better than not moving at all. I would tell her that regardless of every logistic, I really believe and have always believed that I'm really, you know, onto something here with this Amazon thing. So I owe it to myself to pursue that and explore that. And I would say that that's that on that.
That's that on that. That's how the cookie crumbles.
I'm just kidding.
I'm a degenerate. They know that.
It's not going in there.
It's not going in there. Wolves. Huh. Wow. But so, what was the first thing you said? You just threw me off. But you said, to like keep pursuing it, like, or like to not wait till everything's perfect.
Yeah.
So the farmer who waits for the perfect weather never plants.
Exactly, you know, I spent a lot of time, I wasted a lot of time, you know, just wondering, is this okay? You know, I went over those numbers like 20 times and, you know, just still thinking like, I'm not sure, like, what if this happens? What if that happens? But, you know, you just have
no hesitation, essentially. You can't hesitate. And, like, sometimes it's good, but, like, it's so funny because that just sounds like stock trading.
Yeah, there's only so much, you know, research you can do. There's only so many times you can look over the numbers. Like, sometimes you just gotta go for it.
Even opportunity. Can you miss opportunity by waiting too long?
Definitely.
Have you?
I have.
Oh, is this a touchy subject? Is this
the distance?
Yeah, I have. Tell me, have you ever, like, come on, like, what opportunity have you missed from, like, I guess, are perfectionist? Is, like, too perfectionist? Is it hesitation? What would you describe it as? You know, that or, like, what do you think it is? Like, what do you think makes people delay? What has made you delay? Like, for me, I think, like, I only hesitate, and that's why I don't think a lot. I'm retarded. I just try to think less, because when I think, if I do think too much, but then again, that's why, like, I think it's so important, because, like, the intricacies, it's like, oh, you don't want to get fucking sued, you don't want to waste your time on a bad product, but
yeah, you know,
is there a point of overkill where, like, like you said, you've gone over it 20 times, you've done all the research, is there just a point you have to just, you know, close your eyes and shoot, or what?
Opportunity. But funny story with that was there was one product a couple months ago. There was one product that was viable. It had, you know, it matched all the criteria. It fell into all the criteria, and it was profitable. But I mean, there were just the thoughts going through my mind were like, oh, like, I'm not sure if I'm passionate about this product enough, like, and then I had been thinking about it for a couple weeks, and I'd sit on it for a couple weeks, and then I was like, you know what, I just need to go for it. And then I checked back on the product, and it's no longer viable.
Why not?
I'm pretty sure what happened was the price went down, so the profit margins.
Does that mean more people got into it, or?
There are different reasons that the price can drop, but I mean, like, typically prices drop because...
So then, could that have been a blessing in disguise? So then, because if the product was no longer viable, isn't that good for you then? Because then that mean you would have got fucked up?
Technically, it was. Well, I mean...
Or was there an opportunity to profit from it, is what you're saying?
There was an opportunity to profit from it, like, if I had gone into it earlier... but later on, like a couple months later, I'm like searching for a new product and everything, and I find one, and then I check, and it's better than this product that, you know, I was looking into, but then I check back on the product, and the product that I first looked at, and it was viable again. So it's like...
Damn, this is a mindfuck.
Yeah, it was viable again. So, I mean, like, moral of the story, I could have, if I wanted to be an Amazon seller, like, a couple months ago, like, I really wanted it, I could have. Like, I was kind of just the one, like, doubting myself and doubting the process and doubting things that I had looked over and checked over, you know, a lot. So, it was kind of just me being scared and fearful of, like, things that I wasn't completely certain of. But it, like, knocked me in the long run, because I could have already been, you know, an Amazon seller. I could have already put a product out and been making money. Amen.
I think that's so important, because it's related to even, like, anything, any business, stocks, real estate, FBA. That's crazy. So, but that you were able to, you know, no, you didn't have to, like, what made you, that's a pretty mature realization to come to, that even, you know, if you guys, even the guys on the stream with stocks, I've talked to 40-year-olds who can't even come to that realization, where it's just like, if you just, you know, instead of wasting your time just fucking being so scared of it, if you just started months ago, you'd be good. And it seems even then like a key to all this is like if you get in early and you get into a product early or anything, just like stocks, if you're taking advantage of time value.
You fast.
Yeah,
honestly.
and even then, I'm thinking like you're saying, building a brand. Like if you're one of the first people to do it now, it's like YouTube even. You know, imagine if like, man, I knew about it. Man, this channel is so fucking old, man. If I just stuck to it, you know, you guys would see, you know, the cult would be a lot larger here. But even then, it's just Amazon. What's it going to be in 5 years, in 10 years? And if you do solidify your spot now, it's just a matter of starting. Really, I think that's the biggest thing people mess up on. So that's deep, man. That's real deep.
Amazon is.
I think I have said I have, you know, I think there is concerns with like certain products. I think that like eventually
some products are out.
Yeah, I agree, and that's why I think certain, even as like the economy shifts and like time goes on, like I think consumer preferences are going to change to what they're going to buy. But I think going to Amazon is going to be number one. Like even I'm looking at these. Like I wanted to get my little protein drinks. I'm pointing at them. They're right next to me. But I was even saying, man, I don't know. I'm not going to give away my product. Fuck that. I think I found a product from. I'm going to just
retail arbitrage.
I literally because it's the concept of like I buy everything on Amazon. If I find one place to get it, I'll either go to Costco, Amazon, or I'm just getting something generic that I need. But then if I saw on Amazon I wanted my protein, I was like, I'm not going to fucking get out of my house and like go pick up protein. I'll just get it shipped to the door. This shit was $40 for a case, and at Costco the same protein drink is $16 for the same case. So technically I was like, I could buy them all, ship them into Amazon.
You could.
And just sell.
Make buku profit.
Oh, bear guap, yeah. Yo, my people, comment if you're from the 6, huh? Hey, no, don't look at me. Is that, wow, is that the face people make when I say that? Because I don't get to see their face when I say that. Wow. Nah, man, my people from the 6 got my back, bro. I got Canadians. I got people everywhere. It's a cult, baby. Ah. So, all right, I think we'll wrap it up there. That was really good. Thank you for that. That was very informational. I think, you know, were you gonna drop more knowledge on us in the future? Oh, okay, flex on it. But I mean, anything you want to say to them? Any last words of advice? Anything you want to? This is just your moment. This is a cult. You're speaking to the whole cult right now. You have like.
Stop! It's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, I know. Just picture a bunch of people wearing cloaks, just staring at you. Like, that's what we do. We wear our cloaks.
Chill with all that.
Okay, it's a friendly cult. It's a friendly cult. Okay, maybe we'll talk cult. See, lesson people don't talk too much about the cult. People will get intimidated. Like a cult. Nah, man, nothing to say.
I don't really.
You say bye. You can just say bye. That's fine.
Thanks for tuning in. I hope you guys.
Oh yeah, tell them to subscribe. Yo, tell them to subscribe and shit. I already said it.
Comment, like, subscribe.
Subscribe, guys. Subscribe. All right. I love you all. Goodbye.